Here is an ultimate guide to round 100 plus on Liberty Falls. This video will go over every part of the game, including a full breakdown of your loadout weapon and attachments, the specific setup you need to do early in the game, and breaking everything down in specific rounds so you know exactly how to get to round 100 and achieve that secret Dark Ops calling card. Diving into the loadout, you want to jump in with the GS45 pistol. For attachments, you'll want the reinforced barrel, the extended Mag 2 magazine, ergonomic rear grip, the akimbo stock, which is extremely important, and the rapid fire mod. For your field upgrade, highly recommended to use Ether Shroud, but if you haven't unlocked it yet, then you can also use Frenzied Guard. For your tactical, you'll want to use a decoy grenade, and lethal can be any of your choosing. You'll also need to be a minimum of rank 39 in Black Ops 6, as this round 100 strategy includes crafting a score streak called Mutant Injection. It is absolutely compulsory that you can craft this, so if you aren't a high enough level, then keep playing the game and rank up until you are. Jumping straight in, your first objectives are to simply just go through rounds as you normally would, but for this high round strategy, the door by to the left in spawn by the vending machine you'll want to keep shut for the entire game. If you open this at any point, this high round strategy will be completely unusable and you'll have to attempt another game. But during that process, you're also going to want to build the jet gun. If you don't know how to build the jet gun in Liberty Falls, then I'll have a video appearing as a card on the top right now or link down below in the description. But one of the first parts of the jet gun involves picking up a water valve, meleeing this box in Liberty lanes, and then holding down your interact, turn the water valve. Now, this is a pretty difficult step on solo if you're not used to doing something like this. But as long as you stay inside the bowling alley, the water pressure will not reset and the progress saves. So it's best to do this once you've got the pistols pack-a-punched and just continue to add progress to this when you can. And once you've done that, just stay around the cemetery so you get the groundskeeper zombie to spawn to give you the tool shed key for the other jet gun part. And on round 11 onwards, save a mangler and use the mangler's arm cannon attack to open up the electronics store to get you access in there, where you can then search for the dig spot to get the final jet gun part and then build it. Once that's sorted, you're ready to just play the map however you want to burn through the rounds, as the goal is to have your pistols triple pack-a-punched, your jet gun triple pack-a-punched, and to have a surplus of salvage, as it's going to be super important later on in the higher rounds. The higher the pack-a-punch level on the jet gun, the easier it's going to be to just kill all of the zombies from round 30 onwards and be able to use that blast on the left trigger to weaken, if not fully take out, the manglers and abominations. And that's when you use the pistols to land those killing blows to take them out really quickly. But once you have your pistols triple pack-a-punched at gold rarity and a triple pack jet gun, the mutant injection score streak equipped, and around 15,000 salvage, you'll be ready to start this high round strategy. Now, this strategy was originally created by TheOfficialKHF over on Twitch and YouTube, so I'll link both of his channels down below. And a big shout out to Russian, who was the first I saw explain this strategy. But from around round 40, you want to make your way to the back of the bowling alley right by this crafting bench. As soon as the round starts, you want to be sucking in the zombies using the jet gun and trying to take out as many zombies as possible until you get to about 20 ammo left. At that point, hold down the left trigger, which will initiate a blast of the jet gun, wiping out all of the zombies. And it's during this jet gun blast that you then press down on your D-pad to activate the mutant injection. This is going to put you into a mangler suit, and at this point, you're simply just going to melee absolutely everything that comes in your way, where from round 40 onwards, the manglers should only take 2 to 3 melees to take down. Zombies are obviously a one-hit melee, and your aim is to try and complete the entire round whilst in the mutant injection. Once the round's completed, exit out the mutant injection and be sure to slurp up all of the salvage that you will have accumulated from killing all of that round. You'll also want to be looking down on the ground to see if a mutant injection score streak has dropped. If the manglers haven't dropped it, simply go to the crafting bench and craft a mutant injection for 2,500 salvage. The aim is that you want to start every round using the jet gun to try and take out as many zombies as possible, and when the ammo just gets so low, not to the point of it hitting 0, but just before it hits 0, you then want to use the jet gun's blast. During that blast, press down on the D-pad to get into that mangler injection. Then just simply melee the zombies to end the round. Between rounds 40 and 60, you should have no problem whatsoever completing rounds within the time you're given in the mutant injection. Zombie spawns will be extremely quick, as they'll be spawning behind you through that window and then through the bowling alley. But most of the elite zombies, being manglers, which you'll get between 6 to 7 per round in these high rounds, do spawn in the bowling alley, but they are pretty slow to make your way into this camping spot. So there will be moments where you have to run into the bowling alley and just quickly melee the manglers to complete the rounds. Now, it's so important that once you've taken out all of the manglers, to keep looking on the ground to see if there is a mutant injection, because the ideal scenario is that you are crafting them as infrequent as possible and letting the mangler's drops of it deal with rounds so that you can continue to preserve your salvage. Now, every 4 to 5 rounds or so, you will have an abomination that will spawn in alongside manglers and zombies during a normal round. For some reason, these spawn behind you in the spawn room and make a very slow walk all the way around the map to get to where you're camping at. And these abominations won't count as part of the round completion. So if you take out all the zombies and manglers, the round will still switch over even if an abomination is still alive. But by that point, you should have a mutant injection to be able to take it out along with the manglers. Now, if you're using the jet gun at the start of the rounds to suck up zombies and things seem pretty tight, feel free to use your field upgrade to make sure that you're safe. You also have your decoys that you can use to throw at any point as well. But rounds 40 to 60 or so are very, very easy. The one thing you will notice is that the vermin rounds will be extremely long, as right now in the game on high rounds, you will get 3 to 5 minute vermin rounds where they spawn extremely slowly. And for this, it's advised to use your jet gun as it's infinite ammo to just continuously suck up the spiders, but be prepared that these rounds will take quite a while. Once you get in the groove of doing this, you should be able to complete rounds as quickly as 2 to 3 minutes a round. When you get into the later rounds, the manglers will start to take a lot more than 2 swipes in order to take out, and the timing with the mutant injection will get a lot tighter, where some rounds you will be needing to use 1 mutant injection, then finishing off the round very quickly with using your jet gun, as there's usually only a few zombies left and 1 elite. And as you see here on round 95, I've finished the mutant injection and clearly the round isn't over. And I have 2 options. Either I quickly look on the ground to see if there is a mutant injection still around, or because I know this round is very close to ending, I'm just going to finish it out using the jet gun, where as you see, we only had a couple of zombie spawns, then we just have a few manglers, which at this point you can just take out with the jet gun or by using your pistols, either by staying in that camping spot, staying within the bowling alley, or taking them outside, whichever you are feeling. Now, this will become standard round behavior at this point, where you won't be finishing rounds with 1 mutant injection, which is why, again, if you have a ton of salvage stocked up, it's great to go ahead and buy a second one. But honestly, until round 100, there'll be so little zombies left at the end that you won't need to waste salvage on one just to take out a few zombies. But when you go down, well, your immediate reaction is probably going to be to try and run to get a self-revive. And if it's safe to do so, using your decoys or your ether shroud, absolutely go for it. But at the same time, buy a mutant injection within the same moments and just try your absolute best to get to the end of the round using that mutant injection. You're also going to need to get your perks back. It's honestly worth making sure that you get to the very end of the round by not killing the final zombie in the mangler suit, so that you can go up to the Wonder Fizz on top of the bank and quickly rebuy all your perks. I had a really strange moment during my round 100 run where I went down and suddenly my guns were infinitely shooting even though I wasn't pressing anything on my controller. It actually cost me 2 of my self-revives, which was really great. But make sure you are at the end of the round and it is safe before you leave to rebuy your perks. Do remember at the end of every round to be checking the floor for those mutant injections, because there's going to be a ton of loot that's going to be piled on top of each other. But the idea is that you're constantly going to be getting mutant injections dropped by manglers, so that all the salvage you get in between rounds will be adding to that salvage surplus that you've been accumulating, so that if they don't drop, you have a ton of salvage at your disposal to continuously craft them. As mentioned, round 80 onwards, there will be moments where you might not finish the round entirely using that mutant injection. And if there are a lot of manglers left, then simply take them outside the bowling alley to deal with them quick and easily with your pistols. Once you're in the late 80s/90s, the mutant injection won't be able to complete an entire round with 1 use. So it's very important that you try to take out as much as you possibly can in the time that you have, where you should just have 1 mangler at the end. So again, keep checking the ground, slurping up all of that salvage. And if you do need to craft another mutant injection, be sure to use your decoys, and failing that, be sure to also use your ether shroud. Now, another huge benefit to Black Ops 6 Zombies and high rounds is that you can save and quit. So you don't have to do this all in one sitting if you don't want to. With the Rampage Inducer enabled for the first 35 rounds, I was able to complete this round 100 in just over 3 hours. But if at any moment you want to take a break and come back to this high round at a later date, you can do, and you should still unlock the Dark Ops once you hit round 100. Now, one incredibly beneficial trick to the save and quit system is at the start of every round, the game will automatically make a save state. So with going for this this high round, you take it down, and it looks like your game might be over, literally just dashboard your game, load it back up, go to the main menu, and it will prompt you that a temporary save was created. Load that back up, and it will put you back at the start of that round, and you should have everything, including all your perks, your self-revive, or your salvage, and you'll be ready to go again. And as long as you progress to the next round, if this happens at any point, you can continuously do this. Now, I wasn't a high enough rank to even use Ether Shroud for this round 100, and I still managed to do it using Frenzied Guard, and I didn't take a single down. So if I can do it, then hopefully you can too. But I really hope you found this guide useful. If you did, let me know in the comments below if this works for you and you managed to get that round 100.